is wonderful being able to kind of set the stage and lead off with a tremendous initiative. Do you think DC would be in their best interest to kind of, you know, set the first note in the game?
I guess it kind of depends on how long this goes, though. Up top, Faith gets initiated on. This could be the first blood. No, he surges back. 30 HP. Primal Split used by the Brewmaster. Is he going to be able to find the kills, though? Resolution, low on mana, trying to micro through the trees. Doesn't even have enough mana to use the TP scroll. Brewlings on their way in. Primal Roar now used, and that's the first blood. Ice getting credit for it with that one little bit of Broodling damage.
Uh-oh.
Awkward rotation.
Could go for the Courier. No. He looks to creep in from behind here. He's got a coil good to go. And Misery is currently being hunted in the woods straight up north of the tower. Is we going to do anything about it? He's still kind of setting up. It looks like he just got an item off the Courier. He's going to look to jump in. Misery, there's the coil in the Rift Block. And this could be trouble for Wings. Misery gets a nice save from Saska on this one with the Grave. Though it does conclude, and he actually gets the hit in. They're still looking for him. They'll finally be able to bring him down. They make him work for it, but it is a 2-for-1 trade. But it's a notoriously low or bad mana pool early on, and in a game like this, more likely than not, it could save his life in a couple of these ganks. So I Roar onto Weehaw as he picks up the haste rune, gets off the rift, the coil, can't make it away though. A wall going to be dropped.
Works out. You don't see Brewmaster, Beastmaster lineups very often.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Ooh, committed bottom lane. They lead out with the stomp. This is the Brewmaster of the Masters leading in, trying to get down moves. Soul Assumption flies, mediocre damage, and they're looking for their next target already. It's Misery. They got a rock. They'll chuck it at him. It's going to stun him in place, but then the turnaround Doom play, looking to go for the Visage here. Moo, though, going to get sent up to the skies as Wings look to hightail it the hell out of there because Weehaw and company have shown up. He bops in, quickly finishes off the Visage with a nice little rift play, and apparently I don't want to put out any spoilers, but apparently Secret has dropped their series against Na'Vi, and I only bring this up because if DC are to lose this game, it'll be DC versus Secret in the lower bracket. Now it's going to be Coil commitment for Ice to get the silence, but he will get the split off. Now the Familiar's flying through, vacuum into wall that will set up from the stun of the Familiar, and there's going to be the Roar. Resolution, swap back, and Grave. Very nice save from DC, but is it going to be enough? No, it will not. The orb's going to be there. He goes down, and now the mech's going to be popped. Round 2 for Wings as they go forward with a flurry. They're going to take down Misery. Now they're looking for Saska. He's sure as shit he's dead. And that is going to mean that they can clean up the rest of this Tier 1 Wings. This is that one fight, Andrew. They won it. And now the other lanes for it. They both just kind of played their own farm game, and that was one that Wings were going to be happy to play, you know, every single game. And now we can see them profit from it, and they're going to look to engage this mid lane.
Here we go, a bold engagement behind the Tier 2. It's a smoke rotation around. They jump right in on Satsuka. They'll bring him down first. That's a dazzle down. No Grave to reset this. Innocence, the one that takes the Doom. That'll be your Visage. Primal Split's already come out. Doom isolated by the Cyclone. They've got stuns as he comes back down to earth. It'll be a quick 3-for-0. Wings keep all 5 alive. The Doom doesn't even come close to killing the Visage. Visage Familiar there. That's kind of nice. Extra 100 gold going the team's way. But the gyro is not the problem. It's everyone else. I guess Puck actually finding some decent farms, sets up onto Ice. This is going to be a kill on the Brewmaster. No support nearby. Not even a Primal Split or a TP to try to get out.
They better hope it's good enough.
Dire vision. They are completely blind right now. There's the weave from Dazzle, giving them some intel on the road. They can see how low it is. They're ready to jump in here. Weehaw goes in. He's taking huge damage right away. Call down on the whole team. The Tide of Mech gets killed by the Radiant, but Puck snatches the Aegis. He gets graved as well. This might be the fight that DC have been waiting for. Shadow doing big damage in onto the Doom here. They are going to be able to kill Moo before he can drop his ultimate. Even though the Aegis gets snatched, it still looks good for Wings. They'll get a kill on Saksa. And it'll just be a 2-for-0, 8 off pretty much every time, unless Doom's willing to expend it on a BKB Brewmaster, which is usually not the play.
Yep. Jumped on mid lane. They got the Roar out. The follow-up from Ice though, as he tries to clinch the rest of DC, but he goes right into a Doom. It was a valiant effort, but he's going to get no split off at all. Follow-up from DC leads to a big coil. They will get the TP out, the safe return of the Beastmaster, but Resolution gets a double kill now, finishing off Visage. My God, what a quick Doom coming out. We'll see now. With even more firepower, if Wings don't take a fight here soon, a good one, and make a push happen, I think that DC could end up running this one back. They will, though, take care of Moo very fast. Quick jump in, he's out. He didn't have a Doom anyways for 30 seconds, but
4.5 seconds worth of stun duration is pretty huge, but we'll hold that thought as there's going to be a rotation. Shadow with brilliant positioning breaks the smoke. DC not sure what to do with it. It's a 3-hero back into wall. Resolution pops the BKB, tries to fight early, but they'll lose their Vengeful Spirit. The call down does a lot of damage. Resolution still on the front line. Slark doing what he can, but just doesn't have the damage to finish him off. Now Weehaw, still pretty healthy, does jaunt across the fight. The Doom does kill the Brewmaster. He couldn't get off the split. Again, he uses the BKB this time, but it's still not enough. Wings holding their own in this fight still, even though they've taken heavy losses. It's a 1 for 3. Shadow's still alive, but he's about to get stunned up as this rocket might dink him down. Moo trying to run back to safety. He's got the Dark Pact, and he gets the kill on Doom, but now he gets stunned. The Dark Pact actually was used a little early, doesn't cleanse it, and his dominating streak will be ended by the puck. It's a 2 for 4 overall advantage, of course, going to
Aegis stay on someone like the Slark, or maybe with this Doom they put it on the Brew, but it's obviously a very valuable 2 for them. And we could see deja vu here. Shadow,
but there's a sentry down.
DC. This time though, he gets swapped right back. They're gonna pull a Shadow Dance here. Vacuum setup, roar, wall, chaos absolutely breaks out. Misery and Resolution caught in the midst of it, but there is gonna be a save of the grave. Resolution flying his way out from trouble, but the axes will be there to chop him on down. Moo is gonna be locked up next. It looks like DC have already lost 2, while Shadow has made his move for Sox. So the Dazzle's going to have to grave himself to stay alive, while Moo does lose his life. It looks like 3 go down, and Wings have finally found their big opening in a fight where they could get everything off.
They're probably going to force the buyback from the gyrocopter. What a topsy-turvy game this has been. Wings taking team fights and losing team fights. The key factor is that primal split. Ice was able to get it off, and you saw such a difference. Also, the way that one initiated, it seemed like a great swap onto the Slark, but it actually put Shadow in a great position to just start the fight. They were so focused on the Slark that the Darkseer was able to get in, get a great 3-hero back wall right at the beginning of the fight, and yeah, things spiraled out of control from there. But there we go. The buyback now from the Gyro. Weehaw going in with a coil on 3. BKB from Resolution. Huge damage onto Ice. They'll get the kill there. Visage shortly after, and now Faith left behind. He tries to drop a vacuum, but it's not going to do enough. A triple kill for Resolution. The buyback definitely panning out to be worth it. Wings doing about half damage to the melee barracks. That'll regenerate. They get the tier 3 tower. They do have buybacks, though, on both, and there's a primal split coming up. Wings can actually buy back and contest this, and they will, Dakota.
They got to get there now, though. They have a wall to work with, but the damage is pretty nice here from DC, and they have the weave to work with, too, with the wave of coming out from Misery, but the fight does go. Roar's there. Misery going to get bursted down first. Vacuum trying to get to the high ground. Resolution is up there. He's stranded, but he gets the call down off, and Black Cannon begins to go to work on the wings, but they do quickly disperse and pull back. And at that point, that's when Resolution could be in a bit of trouble here. Still stranded up on the high ground. Wings spot him out. They're going to be scouting him out with the benefit of this familiar now. And DC are stuck. Hands are tied. They can't really help him. They continue to lose as now Resolution will be going down. Not good. Winner of this could get the Roche. They could potentially segue themselves into the game.
It's going to be Wings Gaming. They're going to take the Roche on. Great contest. They have to earn a couple of buybacks to make that possible. Not reflected on the team fight recap.
They may need to move themselves into like Rapier territory if necessary. But here comes Wings now. They breach into the high ground. The Vision's already out. They have the Sentry. Shadow plays it more up to the north and just begins to play footsie with them a bit, but no hard commitment yet.
He's got the Aegis of the Immortal, so he can be the aggressor here in the front lines, kind of the one that wants to take some damage. Slark has also picked up Aya Scotty throughout all of the skirmishing. He's maintained pretty solid farm, honestly. Resolution with about 4k gold. We talked about the MKB. That was the last item he picked up. Did have to spend some of that hard-earned cash on the buyback. Shadow taking some damage. Ice goes in, gets off the split with the BKB. DC taking huge damage. The Dazzle dies first. Resolution pops the BKB. The call down does a lot of work as the Doom comes out on the Faith. They'll bring down the Visage and the Beastmaster, and it looks like the hold that DC needed. Now the Darkseer falls. Slark comes back to life, compliments of the Aegis. It's already a 1 for 3, a 1 for 4 as the Beastmaster dies, and a swap back as he tries to pounce out. Nowhere for Shadow to go. He's just trying to run around the base, find some kind of an exit strategy. He's going to have a Dark Pact. Maybe he can get off this stun. Yule Scepter. He's holding onto the gem, desperately trying to make it out. pounce over the ledge. It looked promising for a moment, but now they close the gap. The Doom wraps around. It's a 5-for-1 for DC. They don't use a single buyback. It's a huge hold and a tremendous team fight with nearly a 6K net worth swing. Still being very defensive with his positioning. As soon as anything comes his way, he's so eager to back out, realizing that he could get hexed and just completely blown up. Now the Primal Roar #1, swap back from Misery. Venge might have to play Sacrificial Lamb, but there's a Grave. It's a double reset. Now the real fight breaks out. Wings taking huge damage. They lose their Dark Seer straight away. He'll be the one with buyback. He gets right into the game, but now they lose their Visage to boot. It's a fast 2-for-0. Aegis still standing for DC. And they force a buyback out of it. Now they're going to try to disengage without handing too much over. They will lose their Dazzle as he gets left behind. They shift from the puck. Is he going to be able to blink out? No, but he has a Yule's Orb, jaunts to it. Weehaw should be able to make the great escape. I think Lincoln's gets broken. Another phase shift has the Blink Dagger up. Now they're just going to turn and fight. It could be a dieback for the Dark Seer, and indeed it is. Now 2 on the sideline for Wings. This could be bad as they are on the back foot trying to make it back to the base. Ice still has the Primal Split. Half health, the swap back. He's not ready for it. They've gotten in snare, and he will fall. He's got a buyback and may have to use it here. It's a huge fight for DC. A crazy net worth swing. They've already gotten the tier 3 tower. Still a glyph available for Wings. They could maybe make a hold. We trying to just be a distraction while his team goes for the objectives. Both sets of barracks fall. Now they just go for the tier 3 mid. Brewmaster's already used the buyback. DC with some options still. Remember, Brew has a split. He pops the BKB. Now the split goes off. Moo gets low. He goes down next. That'll be his dominating streak ended, but Resolution just stands his ground, lays in the right clicks. They get the kill on Slark. Now he buys back. DC now laying into the Brewlings. Resolution kills quite a few of them. The buyback from Slark may prove to be a bit too much. He's low on cooldowns. He gets swapped back. He's still alive. Resolution finally falls. He doesn't have any of his cooldowns available, but DC showing their dominance here. They're going to have to lose Misery. He gets left behind also. A series of great swaps, and you can't even call it a hold for Wings. They use 3 buybacks.
Just makes it a whole extra obstacle for Wings because they make these jump clutch plays, you know, vacuum walls, roar setups, pounces. But the problem is that they're never going to get those plays on someone like Misery, who's just waiting in the wings with a level, 3 swap and all that range to work with and a 4-staff.
Look at this play from DC. They go into Roche, and then they instantly smoke. It's a fake back. Now they start off the fight. Ice goes down immediately. Didn't have a split anyhow, but no buyback either. This could be huge for DC. A nice back wall from Faith, but is it going to be enough? Saxa just barely lives. A beautiful grave from the Dazzle keeps him alive. It's still just the Beastmaster dead. BKB used by Resolution. They're trying to bring down this Slark. They catch him with a stun. 1 core down, soon to be 2, nowhere to go. Old Slarky gets brought down. 2 heroes in the grave without buyback. DC might just skip Roche altogether and go straight for the high ground. Weehaw goes in, Dream Coil, full rotation, gem down as the Beastmaster hits the deck.
Wow.
He does have a buyback, but Wings just call it. That's
what
it.
A smoke. What a wonderful smoke from DC.
What a way to win this series, man. That was incredible.
That was great. That was great. They read that situation beautifully. They beelined it back after they got what they needed from Wings and made a move like they were going to the Roche. And they just knew Wings would be there right at the tails because at that moment in the game, Wings, it was all or nothing for that. They had committed the roars and everything, and it was like